getting close to the end of the show, I asked James King, Sommelier, about some memorable experiences around wine. I think we all have them. I've shared mine. Mine is essentially my first real wine tasting. It was a pretty good experience. It's probably going to stay with me forever. Tell me what yours are. Drop me a line. info@winetimetv.net. And tell us a little bit about your experience, your first time, or anything that's special that you associate with wine. I would love to share it on the program. Let's see what is stuck in James King's brain since he's been drinking wine, I guess, professionally. Is that how we even say that? A professional wine drinker? He's a wino, basically. Over 11 years now. And lends itself to some interesting stories for sure. Let's check out a couple.
You asked me about that one experience, and that's an unfair question when you've been drinking wine as long as I have. And I've already alluded to that first epiphany experience being at Silver Oak, but I want to talk about two other experiences. Let's fast forward from my Silver Oak experience, which was March 1998, and I'm in Florence in a hole-in-the-wall restaurant in Florence, Italy. I'm looking at the wine list, trying to decide what shall I order, and I can't find anything I'm familiar with. So I asked the waiter, where the hell are the California cabs? And he burst out laughing, and he says, you must try a Brunello. And I look and go, what the heck is a Brunello? So fortunately, there was a family to my left from California, and they said, try the Brunello, it won't kill you. I ordered an Altesino Brunello, and it was phenomenal. In between the time in which he poured the first glass and my appetizer arrived, I finished the entire bottle. And that opened me up to the world of wine outside of California and Washington.
Yeah, really good experience, man. Now, I've been to Italy as well. My experience in Italy has been a bit different. I mean, it has very little to do with wine, more to do with being American and people trying to take advantage of me. So you've got a nice one to share. How about another experience that has to do with wine?
So, once again, I'm going to fast forward from that Italy experience. I'm now living in Washington, state of Washington, and I've now started a wine club that initially has 6 members and has grown to a mailing list of over 100 people. And we decide that we are going to have a special cult tasting. Everyone is responsible to bring a wine that has rated 95 and above. The current retail price has to be $300 and above.
Wow.
And you have to pair it with a dish that you make. And there's 16 people around the table. Now I have to tell you a little bit about this group. So in between courses, you're gonna have at least 8 courses. In between courses, we have intermezzo, where people bring other wines. So everyone's proud because they're basically showing off their cellar, and what ends up happening, the wines end up being like 98 plus. And the price points are in the like $500 to $1,000 per bottle.
I've never had a bottle of wine that costs more than $150.
Well, I gotta tell you, dude, the wines that were the intermezzo wines were probably $100 or $150. I mean, we're talking Lieville Las Casas, we're talking Cheval Blanc, we're talking Harlan, I mean, we're talking big show horses. We're talking the kind of meals, we're talking seared foie gras, I mean, the whole 9 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking some incredible burgundies. So all I gotta tell you is that took my wine experience to a whole new level, because it's an opportunity to share with people who have had a variety of experiences where everyone's talking about the wines, and it included a winemaker, and this guy is so phenomenal. Someone handed him a glass of wine during the intermezzo section.
He knew exactly what it was.
He smelled it, just smelled it, and said, I believe and could tell you the location of where that wine was made. He smelled it a second time and said, I believe I've even made this wine. And then when he tasted it, he nailed it. He knew exactly the vintage,
Amazing.
the producer, and he was the winemaker. Now that takes your wine experience to a whole new level.
Cheers, man. Right on.
All right, that wraps up another episode of WineTimeTV.net. I'm your host once again, Camry Phillips. It's been an absolute pleasure doing the show for you. And let me just say, anyone out there that'd like to contribute to the show, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, by all means, reach out and touch base. You can follow me at WineTimeTV on Twitter, at WineTimeTV. Simple enough. And of course, drop us a line on Facebook and add us, be our friend, facebook.com/WineTimeTV. You'll find us in MySpace, you'll find us in YouTube, the whole thing. Wine Time TV, by all means. So looking forward to hearing from you, and keep tuning in. See you later. Cheers.